All right, guys, now we're gonna make the spicy pineapple paletas with the chamoy and tajín. I'm using half of a pineapple. Half of that pineapple is gonna go for the mixture, and the other half I'm gonna cut up into little pieces, and we're gonna use that as garnish. We're also gonna need a lemon. Now, we don't need the lemon juice. We need the whole thing because we want this to taste like lemon. Now, you're just gonna pour everything to your blender, and if your pineapple needs some help, add some sugar, some water to your blender so you can blend until smooth. Then you strain to make sure that your paletas are extra smooth. Then you add your pineapple chunks. We're also gonna go in here with some tajín and your favorite hot sauce. I'm using Valentina because that's what we like here. Then you mix everything together to make sure that the tajín and the hot sauce are well incorporated. Add some chamoy to your molds, and then you're gonna add your pineapple mixture, leaving a little gap on top. That way you have room to add some more fruit, and then you're gonna sprinkle it with some tajín and a little bit more chamoy. And guys, if you don't like pineapple or you're allergic to pineapple, you can also make this with mango, watermelon, even cucumbers. Pop them in the freezer for a couple of hours, or in my case, I did it overnight. And then this is what my paletas look like. There you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! All right, guys, I'm gonna show you a quick recipe hack that we used to do when we were kids. Back in the day, I thought I was finessing my dad, making him think that I was making him donuts from scratch. But in reality, my mama had taught me how to make donuts out of biscuits because they would save her a couple of bucks. So I was like about 8 or 9 making these. That means anyone can make them, right? With adult supervision. So we're gonna begin by opening that bomb in a can. Then we're gonna make a hole inside our biscuit, and then we're gonna put them in the fryer. I 10 out of 10 recommend that you get an oil thermometer. That way you know how hot it is. If you can't tell, my shit was too hot. But you put them in the hot oil, let them get nice and crispy on both sides. We should take about a minute or 2. Once they're ready, you're going to remove them from the oil, let them strain for a bit before you top them with whatever you want. I decided to make a little glaze for my donut using some powdered sugar, vanilla, and milk. It was way too runny. Do not recommend for you to follow my recipe. I didn't make a new one because I don't like glazed donuts. I like to eat mine with cinnamon and sugar, kind of like a churro. But honestly, you can use whatever you want. You can also just do plain sugar like my mama used to make them, or chocolate and peanuts. I don't know, just get creative. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! All right, y'all. So I have some leftover dough for making way too many tortillas de harina. And before it went bad, I was like, what the heck am I supposed to do with it? I've been craving pupusas, so I was like, wait, what if I were to make a flour tortilla and then stuff it with cheese and then kind of form like a pupusa? Now, I'm almost sure there's an actual name for this. So guys, kindly please educate me in the comment section. So I just rolled a tortilla, stuffed it with mozzarella and chihuahua cheese. Then I closed it together, roll it up again, put it in a hot comal until it got nice and puffy like this. Now, I must warn you, that thing is hot. I serve mine with some chuletas de puerco on a white rice, but I honestly don't know how you eat these. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Okay, Taco Bell, so I heard you got your Mexican pizza back on the menu. But I'm going to show everyone how they can make it at home, you know, in case you decide to take it off the menu again. In a pan, you're going to begin by browning your ground beef, and you're going to season it up using your favorite taco seasoning. Now, the directions say for you to use water, but we're not. We're using canned enchilada sauce. Yes, I know. Trust the process. I'm going to let this simmer for about 10 to 15 minutes because I don't like my meat to be hard. Meanwhile, we're going to refry some beans. In a pot, we're going to add some oil, chorizo, and onions. Now, Karen, if you like to fry your beans with water or absolutely no oil, then do so. I like to use a lot of oil, and it's okay. We're gonna add our beans, whether it's canned or freshly made. And using my immersion blender, I'm just gonna smash my beans. Now it's finally time to assemble our Mexican pizzas. We're gonna fry up a flour tortilla, or you can put it in the air fryer, getting nice and crispy. Spread your beans all over the tortilla. We're gonna add some cheese, then we're gonna add our meat. Add another crispy tortilla on top, and for the sauce, you're gonna use whatever hot sauce you got. I just use a couple of the Taco Bell sauces that I collect. Then I add some cheese, tomatoes, green onions, popped it in the air fryer until it got nice and melted. And we cut it up into 4 pieces, and guys, your Mexican pizza, it's ready. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! All right, guys, so you've been asking me to help you reamp your maruchanes, and here we go. We're going to begin by cooking the noodles in a pot of water with no seasoning. Now, what other better snack do we have out there besides the maruchan? Mexican street corn. We're going to combine the both and make a Mexican street corn ramen. In a pan, you're going to squeeze some of the butter that we used for the corn, half a can of corn, half of the package of the maruchan, a tablespoon of mayo, and then you're going to mix everything together. Now we're just going to add the cooked noodles, make sure they're not overcooked and soggy, a little bit of that noodle water, and some cheese. I'm adding chihuahua cheese. Now we're not done here, guys. So we're gonna give everything a quick little mix, put it onto our serving bowl before we start squeezing some lime juice, crumbling some cotija cheese, adding a little bit of chili powder, and a little bit of garnish. You can also drizzle a little bit of Valentina or Tapatio, whatever your little heart desires. There you have it, guys. Mexican street corn maruchan. Super creamy and cheesy, maybe not as healthy, but delicious. Like this recipe, bye! Let me show you guys how to make fresh flour tortillas just like my grandma used to make them. In a bowl with 3 cups of all-purpose flour and a pinch of salt, we're gonna add a whole scoop of lard or shortening. As we crumble the lard into the flour, we're gonna add some piping hot water. Now, the grandma doesn't use measurements, so neither are you. So you're just gonna slowly add the water until the dough comes together. Kneading for about 15 minutes until the dough is nice and stretchy. Now we're just gonna form our balls that are gonna become our tortillas. Making little papa ones because I was planning on making tacos. But the bigger the ball, the bigger the tortilla. We're gonna cover them up and let them rest for another 10 minutes. Now this is a very hard part for me. I cannot make a circle no matter if my life depended on it. I try. You're gonna put them on a medium high comal for about 2 minutes on each side until they get nice and toasty like this. I remember my grandma used to pull them straight out of the comal, and then she would put a little bit of butter with salt and she would just give them to us like that. It is something I have engraved in my memory, and also no matter where we're at, Mexicans always come together around tortillas. And no matter where we're at, we support El Tri, our Mexican national soccer team, porque somos locales. And there you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! Today, I'm going to show you guys how to make chicken quesadilla tacos. And before you say anything, Kevin, sit your ass down. You can make chicken birria. I'm going to use chicken breast because I was planning on making my birria into tacos, and I did not want to go through the hassle of the bone. For the sauce, I'm going to use 5 to 6 guajillos, 5 to 6 puya, and 1 pasilla. We're also going to use 1 tomato, and we're going to boil that. Then we're going to put it on the blender along with all the spices and everything else I'm going to list on the screen. We're going to blend until smooth, pour it into the raw chicken with all the ingredients I'm going to list on the screen. We give it a quick mix, add some water if you want it brothy, then you cover it up and let this cook for about an hour until the chicken is nice and tender. Since this birria doesn't have a lot of fat, you're not going to be able to use the birria fat to crisp up your quesadilla tacos, so you're going to need some oil. Add your cheese of choice, then you're going to add your birria in there, let them get nice and crispy before you add the birria juice on your tacos for color. So you don't want it to be looking all bland and pobrecitos and stuff. Once your tacos are ready, you're going to hook them up with a little bit of onion and cilantro aside of that chicken birria consomme that you're also going to hook up with onion and cilantro and some chili oil. And you can't forget that lime juice. But there you have it, guys. Hope you like this recipe. Bye! All right, guys, so I'm going to show you how to roll up a burrito, okay? Because I've been getting a lot of questions on how to roll one. So we're going to begin by folding in the side ends. And I'm sorry, but I don't know terms here. Grab the end towards your belly area. You're going to fold that towards the middle. And then when you get to this part here, you're going to slowly pull the food towards you. You have to grab onto the tortilla so that it doesn't move. You can. That way your burrito is nice and tight. And nothing's going to come out. But just don't over pull, because if you do so, then that's when they bust. You just roll it up and you got yourself a nice rolled up burrito. If you want them nice and crispy, put them on a hot comal with a little bit of oil, and that's it. Let's pack today's lunchbox for our friends and followers. We're keeping it super simple, and since I do have a lot of these big ass potatoes, we are gonna make them some ginormous french fries. Begin by cutting up all french fries, and then we're gonna soak them in some cold water for a couple of minutes. Then we blanch fry them and then throw them back in the hot grease until they get nice and crispy. But we're not just gonna make them any french fries. We're gonna load them up with carne asada. As soon as the batch of french fries comes out, I go in there with some cheese because I know for a fact that's just gonna melt. We add the carne asada, drizzle some sour cream, some avocado sauce, and then we sprinkle with some fresh pico. Give them a nice little kick and some heartburn. We're gonna go in there with some homemade jalapenos, some guacamole, and some red salsa. Can't forget about their foie. For their drink, they're technically gonna get a combo of both soda and an agua fresca because this is a strawberry sparkly lemonade. I just got way too many of these fancy lemonades, and I just want the bottles. No option this time. Y'all taking the lemonades. That is it, guys. I'm just gonna hurry my ass up, get everything ready for them, including their lemonade, so they can come and pick up during lunchtime. Bye!